feindliche bombardierst es.
Unsere Gruppe hat begonnen, einen Kontrollpunkt zu erobern.
Ok, dobbiamo restare in possesso di questo punto!
Yo, what's good with you? Back in black with another Enlisted video. If you guys are new to the channel and you love shooting games just like me, make sure you aim for that like button and shoot that subscribe button as well. It'll help you find better teammates and improve your skill-based matchmaking. And very excitingly, today we are talking about the brand new paratrooper squad that has been introduced to the Italians in the Tunisia campaign. And yeah, man, this is amazing. If you guys are looking for a good reason to jump on this faction and actually give them a fair shake, as opposed to normally where I kind of just, you know, down on them and say that this is not a campaign worth playing, we now finally got a good reason to load this one up and play. So let's get into it. Alright, so this squad does have a lot going on, but of course I feel like the first thing we should talk about is their main armament, which is the OG-43. I find it to be very comparable to a fully upgraded MP-28. If any of you guys are heavy users of that gun, I don't think there is many, but that's the closest comparison that I could think of. It's just as strong at a hit power of 6.8. It shoots nearly as fast at 570 in comparison to the MP-28's 550 rounds per minute, fully upgraded of course. In the grand scheme of things, this equals out to a 2 to 4 hit kill depending on the range and where you hit your opponent of course. I do want to remind you guys, when we're talking about submachine guns, you gotta aim high. You want to get those upper chest and headshots whenever you can to maximize the time to kill with this weapon, especially considering that it has a 20 round box magazine just like the MP-28, which ends up being a bit of a hindrance mid-gunfight in my personal opinion. I would also like to note that I'm generally a big fan of these iron sights. Not that they're necessarily the best in the game, but they are pretty clear and open, and they allow you to lead your target very easily, even if they are running at a horizontal angle, which I cannot say that a lot about, you know, the iron sights that present themselves in World War II, so big kudos to them right there. Another good thing about this gun, in my personal opinion, is the really good reload time, coming in at a smooth 2.3 seconds. I just recommend shooting this gun in burst, or of course when you're in the middle of a firefight, you should try to stick close to a corner so you can keep ducking in and out in between those reloads, because you will be doing that a lot with this gun, as you can see in the gameplay. Overall, their main gun, the OG-3, is actually pretty decent, and if it wasn't obvious enough, you want to focus on you know, using this at close range. But I do want to mention that you can stretch this gun out surprisingly pretty far, especially if you would say that you have pretty good aim yourself personally as a player. The safest range that I would say that you can stretch this gun out to is approximately 150 meters. That will probably bring you to about a 3 to a 4, maybe a 5 hit kill. If the enemy has sustained any type of damage, that will obviously be accounted for as well. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I would just say anything outside of that 150 meter range, you probably just want to grab the sniper rifles out of the box instead of the flamethrowers, which, oh my god, I guess now that this would be a good time to talk about it, let's get into what makes this paratrooper squad so deadly in comparison to any other one that has been introduced to the game so far. So if you can't tell from the gameplay, the objective and room clearing capabilities of this squad is top notch, incomparable to any paratrooper squad that we have seen in the game so far. And quite frankly, I find it very fitting that Italy would get such a versatile event reward. Basically, what this squad specializes in is rapid objective clearing from unexpected angles, and when you think about it in its totality, it is quite insane that we get a squad that has dead-ass 6 people with flamethrowers in it. But you know, it'll have me like, hey, I will take it. I'm not complaining in the slightest. To me, this is something that this faction desperately needed to, you know, kind of even the playing field, if you will. If for some odd reason you choose not to get the flamethrowers out of the box, you could always go with the assault kit and get the ZV-26 machine gun, which is okay in my personal opinion, but it suffers from the same issue as the main armament that they already have, which is a small 20-round box magazine. I would have much preferred to get an MG34 instead. If you choose the sniper, you will get a Carcano with the scope on it. It wouldn't make sense not to have one. But the only thing that I could really say about this is that you can kill a smooth 6 people with a whole magazine instead of 5 at maximum efficiency, which is you know, a small bonus, but any bonus is a bonus that I will take. The anti-tank weapon that you can get out of the box is the GRB-39, which isn't too shabby when it comes to taking out the allied tanks, but that is only if you know exactly where the ammo rack is on each vehicle, so make sure you study those blueprints if you never have. The mortar kit is kind of, you know, whatever to me, because why would you waste your entire paratrooper squad on that kit just to, you know, sit in the back of the map? But that is neither here nor there. I will leave that up to your personal opinion. The one thing that I can say that I do not like about this squad, and it's kind of weird, I don't know if it's just with them or maybe it's like some kind of thing that I'm just now noticing, but it seems like they land in a very horizontal fashion and it's very spread out. Essentially, if you're trying to land on top of a building or like in a very specific spot, at least 1 to 2 or 3 of them are guaranteed to miss the landing zone, which I guess is very realistic when you think about it from a realistic standpoint. But from the sake of gameplay, if I'm trying to land on a roof and 3 of my guys miss, then that is basically 3 lives down the drain, which is kind of annoying in my personal opinion. But other than that, I don't really have much anything bad to say about this squad. When it comes to the strategic thinking when using this squad, of course you want to primarily focus on areas that have a lot of buildings and cover nearby, again due to that constant reloading that you will have to do, which, you know, having a lot of buildings nearby isn't always the case in Tunisia, and should you ever find yourself in the open desert, I would just say be sure to pick up those snipers out of the box instead of the flamethrowers, as alluring as they may be. I know it pains you to do that. Even when it comes to like building, snipers are really good from the rooftops as well. I would advise that, and then I would say generally to avoid using all the other kits as they are pretty mid in my personal opinion, and you will still have really good anti-tank capabilities with your explosive packs and a lot of extra vitality by default to take an extra shot or 2 at all your close range engagements. And other than that, I would just say to always be flanking your opponent and be ready to switch to the next flame trooper as soon as, you know, the one you're using currently empties out his canister, and you should be sure to have a blast using this squad. At the end of the day, I would say that this squad is very satisfying to use, and although seemingly OP with the, you know, 6 flame troopers, I would argue that what this does is that it merely brings the scales of the Tunisia campaign closer to equilibrium, and for that, and you know, for only being limited by a small magazine with the main gun, I'm feeling that this squad has earned a smooth 8.9 out of 10. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. I do appreciate you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Don't forget to aim for that like button, shoot that subscribe button as well. Help you find better teammates and improve your skill-based matchmaking. And yeah, black guy out.